A lot of girls, once they start pushing that 30 mark, they're like, okay, I got to lower my standards a little bit because it's not
because
working out.
we have that pressure of time and
Right.
eggs, and I feel like society does a really good job of
reminding
us of that
Yeah.
that timeline.
Like always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Right,
There's
and
movies
like
about that.
once you hit 30, your eggs start shriveling.
Ladies, the strong black woman narrative is a scam. Wake up! I had a good run. I did everything the society told me to do. I worked really hard. I damn near broke my back. I paid all my bills. I put everybody else first. I told men I was independent.
Why is she screaming and running in place like she got to pee or something?
I had a good run. I did everything the society told me to do. I worked really hard. I damn near broke my back. I paid all my bills. I put everybody else first. I told men I was independent. I refused to accept gifts and help. I said I was strong. I did it, and I did it to say that I won nothing from it. I literally did not win any special awards. My life has not changed drastically. So now I'm going to reclaim my time, okay? When you see me now, know that I'm a soft babe. Soft like babe, you get it? I'm not Annie. I'm not Jay-Z. This is not a hard knock. That's not my life, okay? And when you see me now, you address me as such, okay? I want to be able to look at me and say, wow, this babe is soft. Wow, this babe likes enjoyment. Wow, this babe has not worked a day in her life. That's what I want you to see me as, okay? And when you see me next, address me as Chief Executive Commander-in-Chief of Soft Life Babes. Good day.
Celebrate, women. You wanted this and you got your equality. Now, welcome to an equal world.
So for all my girls, do you remember how a while ago there was like that big saying and it was like, I think I girl bossed a bit too close to the sun? Does anyone feel like maybe they single girl era'd a little bit too close to the sun? Just a little bit too hard? And now you're just like hyper independent and you can't even fathom anyone helping you with anything? Like post breakup, let's just say you really got into that single hot girl era, took your hot girl walk, took care of yourself, started to live by yourself, maybe got a dog. And now you fear that you may have single girl era'd just a wee bit too hard. Like you're just not sure if you could ever let anyone in again. I fear that I am just too hyper independent now. Like the thought of someone sleeping in my bed, disgusting. The thought of someone helping me with anything, cooking meals together, it just doesn't sound appealing anymore. So I fear I may have single girl era'd a bit too close to the sun on this one.
I think she's pretty young, so this is something that she can correct. But at 25, she still got a lot of time to. I think she's coming up right in the danger zone at this point, so she really just to change her ways and find a guy fast.
One of the best things that I did for myself in my early 20s was getting rid of internalized misogyny, which for me manifested as hyper independence. Like I wanted to do everything by myself, for myself, to a fault. And in relationships, this attracted like very leechy guys that kind of just like absorbed all of my energy and just took and took and took. And I felt like the giving tree. And I think inherently as a girl, when you like realize that that's the energy that your partner is giving off, like you just become like super unattracted to them. So it was a lot of trial and error, and I was like very confused as to why things weren't working out. And then from a work perspective, I was so bad at asking for help, and I was constantly stressed, like burnt out, like thought about nothing except for work, was just like constantly running on zero. For context, I work in the finance industry, and in hindsight, I realize now that my male coworkers respect me more now that I'm girlier and I feel more comfortable asking for help than they did when I was trying to be like more of a bro and like act like one of them. Like it smells fake. They can see through the fact that it's an act, and because it wasn't genuine, like they weren't really like respecting me as much as they do now when I'm kind of like more vulnerable. I see this with so much of my generation though, and younger generations. Like I think it's a part of girl boss culture and a few other things like new waves of feminism that kind of teach you to dislike some components of like your natural essence. I think if you can kind of catch on to where you're pushing people away because you think it'll make them respect you more, value you more, you'll actually start to move 5 times faster if you feel more comfortable and learn to lean into asking for help. If it helps, men don't think twice about asking for anything. They just take. So just be a taker.
Guys, you definitely want to steer clear of women who speak about the fact that they are hyper independent. They are the type of ladies that you can open the door for and she will be offended by it. But at the same time, at least this woman here recognizes her issues and sounds like she's in therapy doing the
What's
work.
wrong now? What is it?
What have I told you guys 1,000 times? The women that are like, oh, I don't need him to take me to a nice restaurant to know that he loves me. I don't need flowers to know that he loves me. I don't need for him to pay for my nails because I can do it because I'm independent and I don't need no man. They are the same women complaining about, oh, when is it my turn? Why don't I get the princess treatment? God, it's me again. So which one is it? Many women think that if they go into a relationship acting like a cool girl, he's going to be able to fall in love and then they're going to be able to set the standard. When in reality, the one that ends up falling more in love and ends up getting hooked, it's her, and then she ends up settling for his bare minimum treatment. And you know why they do that? Because they're afraid of being abandoned. Stop being afraid of being abandoned and set these standards from the beginning.
I'm a strong, independent woman that doesn't need no man, okay? I just want one, you know, because they're kind of cute and they smell good sometimes and they pick up heavy things, you know, like me.
She know good and well she don't need no man just because they are cute. She needs a man because she need his warm body. And she need that morning wood. This lady knows she just want to be touched. Why don't women just say they want sex too? This is a lady who wants her bed warm at night just like any human being would. Just say it. Just tell men that. You'll probably get one faster.
Open the door.
Can I help you?
Open my door.
For what?
Because you're a man.
And you said you're a strong, independent woman, so you can't even open the door for yourself?
Okay.
What?
Remember that tonight.
All right. I got you.
No,
I got you.
Good.
Yeah, I am all for the single life, like 99.9% of the time. Like learning myself, loving myself, doing things for me, go self-care. That 0.1% of the time, like today, is very ghetto. Like I just went to go get my oil change for the first time since I've been single again. And it was brought to my attention that I haven't gotten my own oil changed in 3 years.
But I have zero sympathy for these ladies. Welcome to being strong and independent, and this is what all men go through as well.
So, and I have a Jeep. I have a Jeep Grand Cherokee. I got this Jeep in 2021. I ain't popped the hood on this thing since I got it. So I pull up to the nice Walmart, and the guy was like, oh, well, can you pop your hood? Y'all, I ain't know what a latch was. I was so shamed, like, but that brings me to my overarching point. Like, why am I getting my own oil change? This is so ghetto. Like, can I just rent a boo to get my oil change, pump my gas, whatever else men do that I never think about until these things happen?
All right, so if you're like me and you grew up with a Latina single mom, you probably heard something like, tienes que trabajar duro, échale, para que no tengas que mantener, o para que no tengas que depender de un hombre. Basically, like, don't depend on no man, and you've been doing it, you've been, like, killing it, you've been, you know, progressing career-wise, and then you became a mom. And you want to keep killing it, but at the same time, you were like, que me mantengan, no quiero trabajar. Is that just me, or...
And this lady here seems to be very proud of her corporate job. That's all she really posts on her TikTok is the fact that she's in corporate. But she did bring up a good point. A lot of women has learned these strong, independent women traits by what their mothers told them. Now, to be real on that, a lot of mothers would tell their daughters to make sure they can take care of themselves and that they are financially stable. But they did not explain to them how important it was to find a husband or getting. So I think mothers like hers didn't really stress the fact of how important a relationship and marriage would be in that. Tell your daughter, yeah, go after your career, but you also need to be pursuing a man early or you're gonna end up alone with that corporate job. But that's all I got in this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, definitely drop a comment down below, and also don't forget to follow me on Datingwright Clips and Ronin Passport, and I will see you in the next one.